We're here with William Hefner, founder of Los Angeles-based architectural firm Studio William Hefner. His world-famous practice encompasses built and restoration architecture, interior and landscape design, with a focus on integrating architecture, interiors, and the surrounding natural environment. William, I can't think of a better example of that philosophy than in this project. How are you today?
Well, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the history of this project and some insight into your creative process.
Well, this project was an interesting one for us because it's for a couple with grown children, and they wanted to create a new environment for themselves. They had lived in a Spanish Mediterranean house nearby, and they wanted something cleaner, simpler, no clutter, and not a lot of rooms that they didn't use. So we came up with a design for them with sturdy classic materials and a layout that allowed them to entertain and have the privacy they need, but more in kind of a two-room concept, like a kitchen area and a living space.
Well, it's beautiful. So you and your firm are well known for your restoration work of historic and vintage structures. Even though this is totally new construction, I sense a bit of mid-century modern Japanese minimalist vibe to this home. Were you inspired by some of your past restoration work, redoing homes from the 50s?
Yeah, I would say definitely. In terms of the material palette, it was definitely influenced by kind of 50s modernism in California with the woods and the board form concrete. Mm-hmm. And then the other influencer was really Japan, like the garden and sort of the black metal on the outside, and that was directly sort of tied in from Japan. My wife's Japanese, my family travels there annually at least, and the gardens and the dark color of the metal on the house is a direct carryover from Japan.
When you conceived the overall vision of the house, at what point did the notion of the kitchen come into play?
It was very important early on because the owner, lady, cooks adamantly. She loves cooking, she's taken classes for years. And so the whole kitchen really started the project. This area is a prep area for the owner, and it's a preparation sink, and behind here, these cabinets are back painted glass, and so they're all oak and back painted glass, but the whole idea was no handles to clean, no anything, you just clean it in one shot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The kitchen, we really worked around how the owner liked to cook. She's not the tallest of people, so we really laid out the kitchen and everything so it was reachable for her. And then also her style of cooking, like, oh, I want to be baking here, I want to be prepping here, I want to be cooking at the island. And she had a good idea about where things needed to be, and we had to figure out a way to make that beautiful and work for her. Yeah, so this is the microwave we chose. What's nice about it is it's below the counter and you don't see it from the rest of the room.
Right.
And then it's mechanically open so that even if you put soup in or something, it doesn't spill.
I like that.
And it's the gas cooking area. Behind here, we stored like all the pots and pans.
Oh, that's
so they're right
convenient.
here, and you pull them out and just use them. Appliances were really chosen for performance. I mean, they needed to work and not just be pretty. We chose materials that were beautiful but still durable. So this, while you're cooking, if you have a long time that you're involved with it, or you want to watch a cooking show and practice, we have a TV that pops up, and so it's oriented towards the cooking area, but also it rotates, so you can watch it from the breakfast area when you're eating. So everybody has a different idea of how open or closed the kitchen's going to be the rest of the living space. She wanted it open at some level, but she also wanted to be able to have a mess going on and have company and family not have to witness the whole thing. So it's open, but it's not like within view from the living spaces.
Right. So speaking of that, in the last 25 years, the open concept has really taken hold, with the kitchen being the living centerpiece of the home. So how does this kitchen integrate with the rest of the living environments here in the house?
Well, they didn't really want the kitchen to be directly open to the living spaces because, as I said, the wife is an avid cook, so she wanted to be able to cook and have a mess going on and not have everyone see it. So while the living space is within earshot and there's a wide opening to it, it's not directly visible from there. This is the dining area. It's set up for 2 tables of 8, so they can have 16 people for dinner, or they can have a smaller dinner party. They just use 1 table.
Nice.
And this, we created this wine wall to display the owner's collection of wine.
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. They filled it up, so it's great. And then in between the dining room and living room, we put a bar because they felt no one would leave the kitchen unless they had a bar. So this is the bar area. They set up drinks and hors d'oeuvres here, and people can sit down in the living room over here. This area we created these benches around the perimeter for when they have larger gatherings. There's a panel above the fireplace that recesses, and there's a television hidden in there.
Of course. So, you like hiding the TVs?
I do, especially in a house like this, because it's not like they have a family room and living room. It just seems like this is the room. You don't want to always be staring at a black TV. So
I love that.
yeah.
Gosh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. We did this wood wall here with lighting behind, so at nighttime it's really pretty effect.
Wow, that's spectacular.
And from here you can look down on the garden, the fountain in the center. And then this area, we use this textured glass to get privacy from the street, and chose this light fixture that really kind of fills the space. That was the idea of it. So, and you get to see the garden around you without any loss of privacy. So this is the master bedroom, and from here you connect into the master bath. So in this case, they decided they didn't want to have a bathtub because they didn't use it in their old house. So we have the 2 sinks in this area, an outdoor seating area that's private. You can see we have total privacy here.
And I think I can see the ocean.
That's the ocean, yes.
Wow, how beautiful.
So from the sink area here, you go, and we've got the shower back around the corner. It's made of Italian marble and tile, and a whole array of shower heads in that for showering.
It's beautiful. I think that I need to see the closet.
From here, the bathroom connects into the closet, and the closet has lots of natural light, and it's zoned in 2 areas. So his and hers section that way, and each has an island, and they have ample storage, and we have glass doors on some portion of the closet that doesn't get used as much, so the clothes don't get dusty.
William, thank you for giving us some insight onto your creative process and sharing this amazing piece of art with us. I know personally that I will be dreaming of this home for months to come.
Thank you.